As educators, it is our job to find ways to teach students methods of solving problems that best suit them. Now, every child learns the same, which leaves the teachers with the problem of trying to find ways to teach these students. A teacher that leads by example is a teacher that goes out of their way to make sure that every child can succeed, even if the teacher doesn't know how to solve problems themselves. Like the old saying goes, you never know until you try. Well, here I'm going to try to teach you examples of how to teach multiplication in different ways. While some of the methods may seem easy to you as a person, they might not be as simple to other people. So here I'm going to have 3 different methods of trying to teach multiplication to you. First here we're going to start off with multiplication algorithm. The goal of this method is to teach how to break down double-digit numbers into ways that students feel comfortable with working with. So instead of having this problem here, for example, we're going to have the problem 3 times 11. While this may seem simple to you, it's not simple because of the fact that there's a double-digit number here. So instead of having a number like 11, ways that you can break this down is to teach it into 1 plus 2 plus 8. The reason that this is important is because the numbers 1 plus 2 plus 8 equal a sum of 11 altogether, which makes this problem actually able to distribute and multiply through. Next, what you do is you multiply the number 3, as seen here, by the 3 numbers of 1, 2, and 8. When multiplied together, you get the sum of 3 plus 6 plus 24. Then when you further break it down, you have the numbers 9 plus 24, which equal a sum of 33, which is the answer of 3 times 11. The next method we have here is the lattice method, which is actually important because it's good for visual learners. The reason this is because this setup is nothing like any other multiplication problem. As you can see here, you have the numbers 14 being multiplied by 56. What's neat about this is the multiplication problem is broken down into boxes, as you can see. What you have here is you match up the numbers that go down the box. So 4 will be multiplied by both 5 and 6, as you can see here. So what you do is you're going to do your top right box. As you can see here, you will multiply the numbers 4 and 5, and if you actually think about it, you get the answer of 20. Well, in the tens place for the answer goes here, and the ones place goes across here. You do this for each of the boxes, so you have 1 times 5, which gives you an answer of 5. 0 being the tens place because there's no tens place, and 5 being the ones place. Next, you can see here, 4 times 6 is 24. So you have 20 being your tens place, and 4 being your one place. And then for 1 times 6, you have 0 plus 6. And then the way you solve for the answer is you go across diagonally for each one of your numbers. So as you can see here, 4 is by itself, so you have 4. Then you have 0 plus 2, which is 2, plus 6, which is 8. So now you have an answer of 8 right here. Then you do the same thing, so you have 2 plus 5 plus 0, which is 7. 7 being your hundreds place, and 0 being your thousands because there is no thousands place. So altogether you get a total of 784. And last but not least, one of my favorite methods, and my teacher names this the tens place method. This is the one I grew accustomed to when I was growing up, but I also learned a lot of different methods along the way too. So here we have the simple problem of 54 times 23. Now the reason this is called the ones and tens place is because you choose your bottom number, which is your tens place of 20, and then you have your ones place of 3. So how you're going to solve this is you have 20 because you get rid of the 3 and just make it a 0, times 50 because you drop the 4 and to make that a 0 as well. So you can see you have 50 times 20, which is 1,000. Then you do the same thing, 20 times your ones place, which is 4, and you get an answer of 80. Since you've already used a 2, you go to your ones place and you multiply your ones place by your tens place. So you get an answer of 150 because 3 times 50 is 150. Next you do the same thing except you get ones times ones. 4 times 3 is 12, so you get an answer of 12. When you add it all together, you get an answer of 1,242. As you can see here, it's hard to see because I ran out of paper, but that would be your final answer. The importance of the video is just to realize that there's many different ways to teach every single subject, whether it be math, science, or social studies, and it's important for us as educators to find different ways to solve problems.